Minding your P's and Q's was inspired by mail art, an artistic movement that arose in the mid-20th century and continues today. Collaborative mail artists, many of whom adopt pen names, use what might be called a create and share method, creating a work of art and sharing it with a fellow artist, who adds to it and shares it with yet another artist, who then continues the process. The result is a rich and layered collage, a symbol of both cooperation and, one might say, contagion, the artwork spreading from one person to the next like a benign virus. Using mail art as our stylistic and methodological role model enabled us to remain safe from the pandemic of the present, while printing a broadside about pandemics of the past. For our first layer, we selected 2 mortality bills from early modern England. This one thought to be from Manchester in 1625, and this one from London in 1664. We digitally altered them and had them made into photopolymer plates. Printing on such plates relies on a relief process similar to that of traditional, centuries-old woodcuts. Here, the artist known as the girl at the sign of the Kingfisher applies ink to a tool called a brayer and to the plate. Presses down using a baron and a wooden spoon, and peels the paper back slowly and carefully to avoid smearing or blurring the still wet ink. Layer 1 is done. Time to share. Though minding your P's and Q's is a common phrase, many may not realize that, according to one theory, its origins lie in letterpress printing. Lowercase p's and q's look alike, this theory goes, so wise printers mind them when sorting type, to avoid mixing them up. In our case, however, it's not just letters we're minding. The paper dragon is in charge of printing the title. He sets the type, wooden letters for the horizontal words, and metal letters for the vertical words. He fills in the space around the type with furniture, which holds the type in place. Planes or levels the type to ensure even coverage of ink. Checks that no letters will shift during printing, and sends the broadside on a trip through a Vandercook SP-15 press, known affectionately by some as Vandy. Second layer complete. On to the next artist. The third and final layer consists of 10 passages about pandemics, most of them historical, a few, such as the Red Death, fictional. The quotes are set vertically at different heights, in different typefaces, sizes, and weights, to resemble books on a shelf. Together, these books form the Biblioteca Quarantinae, the quarantine library. This is the Inky Wren. She begins her portion of the print by setting each of the quotes in a composing stick, letter by letter, space by space. Once all the quotes are set and in the lockup, the Inky Wren, like the paper dragon before her, planes the type, tightens it using a device called a coin, looks for loose letters, and inks the rollers and the type. And with one final trip through a Vandercook 4 press, also nicknamed Vandy, and the Paper Dragon's edition of the colophon at the bottom, the broadside is done. Viral mail art, printed during the coronavirus pandemic of 2020, bearing words wrought in the crucibles of pandemics that came before, and serving perhaps as a locus of commiseration for the sufferers of pandemics yet to come.